Today I'll be showing you how to use the print and cut feature in LOKLIK's Idea Studio, and we're going to be making stickers. I'm also going to show you how to calibrate your LOKLIK iCraft machine and make your own custom cut settings. If we're just meeting right now, hi, my name is Nisha. Welcome to Little Craft Nest. I've opened up LOKLIK Idea Studio, and before we get started making stickers, we need to calibrate our machine. So let's go up to the top left, click on Device, and then scroll down and click on Machine Calibration. I have my LOKLIK iCraft selected, and then click on Next. We're going to do a calibration for Print Then Cut, so make sure that's selected and then click Next. I have my machine connected by USB, so let's search for my machine and then click on Connect. And your machine will wake up and make a few noises. Let's click Next. Here we're going to print out the calibration chart, so click on Print. I'm printing this off with my Epson EcoTank printer. Make sure you have the correct paper size selected. I'm not using A4 today, I'm using letter size, so I'm going to select that and then click on Print. Once it's printed, click on Next on your computer screen. And then I love this quick little video they show you on the screen of how to load your chart. I place my calibration chart on an older mat that's not so sticky so that the paper will peel off easily after I'm done the calibration. You'll notice that you can't see the B at the bottom of this calibration chart, and that's because I'm using letter size paper, but you'll still be able to calibrate your sheet. Then go ahead and click the load button on your machine and then click Cut on your computer screen. Your iCraft will then scan the registration marks in the corners of your page and then will trace over or closely trace over each of the lines on your page. Once it has finished doing that, you can click on Next on your computer screen. Then you're going to inspect your printed sheet to see how close those cut marks came to the actual printed lines on your sheet. If you're having a hard time seeing those lines, you can use a flashlight on your phone, or you can peel up your sheet off your mat to see which value is the closest. For the first one, my closest is -1. For B, I'm going to set the value to 1. For C, I'm going to set my value at 2. And D is at 1. And then click Calibrate. And our calibration has been completed, so we're going to close this. Now we can start the fun process of making stickers. So let's go up to the top and set up our page first. So click on Page Setup. The device we're using is the iCraft. We're going to be cutting on the cutting mat. We're not using Smart Materials. We're using a 12 by 12 inch cutting mat, and we will be using letter size paper. Now under here, print and cut jobs, we can click on this box here that says Show Print Border and then click Done. And you'll see that it added a border to our page, and this will help us place our stickers on our page. We want to make sure our sticker designs are within this dotted line. Now you can head over to the Idea Studio library, and if you want to use one of LOKLIK's images, you can do that here. We can click on All Images in the top left, and then we have some filters on the left-hand side. So you can click on Print Then Cut, and then you will only see Print Then Cut images on your screen. And you can scroll through these to see if there's any images you want to use. You'll notice a little printer in the bottom corner of each of these photos. If we were to uncheck the Print Then Cut box and click on Standard Cut, you'll notice the little blade in the corner of each of these, so you wouldn't want to use these images to make stickers. Let's go back to our canvas because we're going to upload our own image. So click on Upload on the left-hand side. And I'm going to select a few images to upload. So I've clicked on one of my sticker designs and I'm going to select that. And then we're going to click on Print Then Cut. Our background has already been erased, so we don't need to do anything here. However, if you had a white background and you want to remove that, you could use the magic wand tool and click on the background to remove your background. You can also erase parts of your image or crop it. We're gonna leave this all the same and click on next. Now you'll notice a blue line going around your entire image, and you can shrink that to make that smaller, or you could make it slightly larger by clicking expand. If you want to view that layer behind it, you can click on View Contour, and this is the shape that is going behind your image. And then all you have to do is click on Design. And we'll place this on our page, and it's a rather large sticker right now, so I'm going to shrink that down a little bit. You'll notice in the layers panel on the left, we have a group here. If you click on that arrow, you'll see our two layers. So we have our printed image as our first layer, and then we have our offset layer as the second layer. Let's go ahead and add a few more stickers to this. So I'm gonna go back to upload, find the image I want, select that, click on print then cut, click next. I'm gonna shrink my border a little bit because I already have a border around this image and I don't think it needs to be much bigger. And then click on design. And then we can place it and size it on our page. I'm gonna quickly upload a few more here. All right, so I've got 6 images here, and instead of adding more, I'm just gonna duplicate these ones. So I'm gonna select them all. And I'm using a Mac computer, so all I need to do is click the Option button on my keyboard and click my mouse, and they have all duplicated, and I'm gonna stick these below here. Now the bottom of these stickers is going over that dotted line, so I've got to move these around just a little bit. Let me see if I can move these ones up. And we'll try to get 12 large stickers on one page. All right, look how cute those are. And if you like these images, I will leave a link down below in the description where you can find these. Now in the layers panel, you'll notice we have a whole pile of groups here. Each of these groups, if you expand the little group box, will have the image and then the offset layer. So to make these, we need to select everything on our page and then click on Make. I've got my LOKLIK iCraft selected, and we are in the cut mode. Under mode selection, change that to print then cut. And I just noticed here that some of my images are going over the registration marks here, and that can't be a good thing. So I'm gonna go back and try to scooch those over a little bit. So I'm gonna click on cancel, and I really need to see if I can move these over. Maybe the best thing to do is just shrink them down and make the stickers a little bit smaller. Okay, I'm gonna select them all again and let's see how we did. I'm gonna click on Make. Now I find there's a little bit of delay when I click on Make, and I think because I uploaded such large images that it's just taking a little while to process. All right, back to mode selection. Let's select Print Then Cut. Oh good, my registration marks are not covered this time, so this is what we need to print out. So under Print, click on Start Printing. Let's click on Print again. And here is my print box for my Epson EcoTank printer. So once again, you have to make sure you have the right paper size selected. I'm using letter size sticker paper for this project. If you want, you can do a test cut first, just using regular paper to make sure your calibration is right. If you find your calibration is slightly off, you can go ahead and recalibrate your machine again. I'm just gonna put my sticker paper in my printer and hope that the calibration is working out well. Under Media and Quality, I'm gonna go under Media Type and select Photo Matte Paper because I'm using matte sticker paper, and then the quality automatically changed to Best. Make sure you're putting your sticker paper in your printer the right way. I'm using HTV Ron's matte sticker paper, and it kind of has a whiter side and a grayish side. The whiter side is the side you are printing on. So in my printer, I need to have the gray side facing up at me. And then click on Print. I've decided to add a laminate sheet on top of my stickers to give them a little extra shine and to make them a little more durable. Because it can be difficult for the iCraft to read the registration marks with glossy paper, I cut my laminate sheet down to fit in between the registration marks so that the glossiness from the laminate doesn't cover up those marks. Then peel back the corner of the laminate sheet and fold it back. Line your laminate sheet up between the registration marks. Make sure it's not going over. Then press down that top corner of the laminate. Then pull back the backing sheet while using a squeegee to push down the laminate. Then place your sheet on your mat. Our stickers have been printed. We've got them on our mat. Now we need to make sure our material load type is set correctly. So we are doing this on a cutting mat and we're using the 12 by 12 inch cutting mat. Under cutting parameters, we just need to click that box beside group. If we click that arrow there, you will see all our different layers here. We're gonna scroll down and choose the material we are using. So click on Please Select. And if we click HTV Ront, you'll see their matte printable sticker paper here. Now I have tried this setting without using the laminate sheet and I found it cut through some stickers, but then some of the stickers it kind of did a kiss cut, so it wasn't the correct setting to use. So you may need to do some test cuts and see what setting works best for you. Also, because I put a laminate sheet on top of my sticker paper, I will need a stronger cut setting. So if we head over to my materials, you'll see I made some of my own cut settings here, and you can make some of your own as well. So what you can do is go down to the left and click on Manage Materials. Then you can click on My Materials and then click on Go Add. And here you can type in your material type, the force you want, what blade you're using, what speed you want, and how many passes. So I've already done that, so I'm gonna exit out of here. And I made a setting for HTV Ront matte sticker paper with a laminate sheet. So if I click on Edit, I'll show you the settings I use. I've got a force of 8.4. I'm using the fine point blade. We have a speed of 5 and we're doing 1 pass. And this setting here is to make die cut stickers. If you wanted to make kiss cut stickers, you would have to play around with your settings to see what works best for your material. So I'm gonna exit out of here. I'm gonna select my HTV Ront matte sticker paper with the laminate sheet, die cut. And then over here, if you selected a different cut setting, you can change the force right on this screen as well. So if you wanted a stronger pressure, you can go ahead and adjust that right here. And then click on Add to Task. Right here is just reminding us that it's a good idea to calibrate your machine. We already did that, so I'm just gonna click I know. We're gonna load our mat into our machine by clicking the load button on the iCraft and then click on Start. Your LOKLIK iCraft will then use a small light to scan for the registration marks. If it's unable to scan your marks, you may get a message like this. You can try to recut your design, or you can click on How to Solve, and it will give you some possible solutions as to why it didn't read your registration marks. I got this fail to read message several times, and I'm still not 100% sure why I got it in each of the cases, but one thing I did find that worked for me was ejecting my mat and then taking my sticker sheet off the mat and then repositioning it on the mat. Once your registration marks have been successfully scanned, your iCraft will cut around each of the stickers. And when it's done, you can click on Unload on your computer screen. I'm using a brand new mat, so it's quite sticky. So I peeled my mat off my sticker sheet rather than just pulling the sheet off of my mat. And these stickers came out really great, and the calibration seems to be spot on. I just love how these turned out. If you missed my last video on setting up the LOKLIK iCraft, go check out this video right here, and I hope to see you on more crafting adventures.